Hello, Virgo. This is Dee with Metaphysical Moonlighters, and this is your January 2019 astrology forecast. Now, I'm doing something a little bit differently this year, starting in January. I will be posting pictures from my various travels on my background slides. Okay, so I'm starting it off with Sedona. So, most of these pictures that you see in the background are pictures that I personally took, okay, most of them. Now, let's get into the forecast. Okay, so Virgo, for you, your main focus this month is going to be on fun, creativity, your interaction with kids, things of that nature. And I say that because you will have a concentration of planets in your fifth house. Your fifth house deals all with fun, creativity, romance, things of that nature. Okay. Remember, this is a general forecast for all Virgos. Now, what you hear might affect you differently depending on what is going on in your personal chart. Okay. Also, don't get too hung up on the dates because you might be sensitive to the planetary energies and you might feel the energies before the actual date or even after the actual date. Okay. So I just wanted to make that disclaimer. Now let's move on. Now, on January 2nd, we have the Sun in a conjunction to Saturn. This is an energy where you are going to feel like it is time to get back to work. Okay. Just about everyone is going to feel like this. Okay. That is just the energy of the Sun in a conjunction to Capricorn. I'm sorry, the Sun in a conjunction to Saturn. Okay. The Sun and Saturn are in Capricorn and they are going to be conjunct. So a lot of people are going to feel like, hey, I did a lot of partying over this last few weeks and it's time to get back to work. Okay. Now, the background picture here is the Chapel of the Holy Cross. You can't see it because of my video. The video is blocking most of the building. But if you visit Sedona, you have to visit Chapel of the Holy Cross. The views from this place are totally amazing, okay? It's a church that is built into the side of the mountain. So, on January 5th, we have a solar eclipse happening, guys. This is going to be a new moon in Capricorn, okay? So, normally, new moons are a great time for starting something new, for initiating projects, things of that nature. However, this new moon is going to be better for reflection. Why? Because Saturn and Pluto are involved, okay? And this is going to be a great time for reflecting, okay? So for you, this is going to be a great time for you to reflect on, the fun that you want to have, on the romance you want to have in your life, things of that nature. So remember that. Okay, now this background picture, this is actually me in the picture. And I'm just looking out at the view that I have outside of my room. I was staying at the a place called a Sunset Chateau in Sedona. And this was the view outside of my room. Totally amazing and peaceful. Okay, so on January 6th, Uranus goes direct. If you are not aware, Uranus has been retrograde, okay? So Uranus goes direct on January 6th. So you might start seeing, a little bit of surprises happening or some unexpected things happening. Also, okay, now for you, Uranus is in Aries in your area of life dealing with your transformation. So just keep that in mind. Also, on January 7th, Venus enters Sagittarius. This is a great time for a lot of people. When Venus enters Sagittarius, it will give you the urge to try new things. Now, for you, Sagittarius is in your area of your life dealing with your home and your family life. So, Virgo, surrounding your home and your family life, you might be tempted to try some new things. Now, this background picture is the road that leads up to a sunset chateau. And this is the scenery you see as you're driving. So it's a really nice view. You're just driving along and you see all of the red rocks surrounding you. Totally amazing. Now, on January 11th, Pluto is going to be in a conjunction to the sun. This is an energy where you are going to want to see transformation in your life. Okay. And on the 13th, Jupiter will be in a square to Neptune. This is an energy where you have to be aware of unrealistic plans. Okay. So for you, Jupiter is in the area of your life dealing with your home and family, and Neptune is in the area of your life dealing with your partnerships. So surrounding those two areas, you might be in denial about something during that time. Also on that day, Mercury is going to be in a conjunction to Saturn. And this is going to be a great time for mental activity. Anything you need to concentrate deeply on, this is a great time to do that. Okay, so on the 18th, we have Venus in a trine to Mars. Okay, and this is a fire trine. And when I say a fire trine, it means that these planets are in fire signs and trining one another. Okay, so in general, this is a great time for relationships for a lot of people. Okay. So Venus is in your area dealing with your home and your family life, and Mars is in the area of your life dealing with your transformation. So it's going to be a great time for a lot of Virgos out there. Remember, this is a general overview. If you want to find out how these planets will affect you specifically, I would have to look in your natal chart and tell you. So if you want a birth chart interpretation, just visit my website, book everything there and pay for everything there, and we can look at that for you. Okay, so also on the 18th, the sun is going to be in a square to Uranus. Remember, anytime Uranus is involved, you can expect surprise, whether it's good or whether it's bad. So just watch out for that. Now, this next picture is a really great memory for me. The guy in the front with his shoulders, his bare shoulders out, that's Yogi Blair. Um, and I took a yoga vortex hike with Yogi Blair. It was about maybe four of us on this hike. And it was really amazing. We would hike for a bit and we would stop and we would do yoga. And then we would hike some more and we would stop and do Qigong. So we got all the way up to the top. When we got up to the top, the sun was setting. Okay, so as the sun was setting, we were meditating, and Yogi Blair pulls out his Tibetan bowl and starts doing the sound healing. So as the sun was setting, we were meditating. There was a nice breeze blowing. It was so beautiful. It was so amazing, just the total energy of it. It was amazing. Okay, so I do recommend you take some type of hike, yoga tour when you visit Sedona. I mean, you can hike on your own. It's it's you can hike on your own, or you can find a tour to take you to some special places. Um, so that's the story behind this picture. Now, on January 20th, the sun enters Aquarius. And as of the 20th, we can start telling all of our Aquarius friends happy birthday because it will be Aquarius season. Okay. On the 21st, we have the full moon in Leo. Now, for you Virgos, this is happening in your area of your life, dealing with your spirituality. It can also deal with secrets. It can deal with places of isolation. So if you have anything you need to release surrounding those topics, this full moon in Leo is a great time to do it. It's also a total lunar eclipse and a super moon. A super moon just means that it's a bigger and brighter moon than usual. And we have a few more super moons this year, and this is the first one. Excuse me, for 2019. Okay, now this background picture is I believe it's Slide Rock. And Slide Rock is a place where you can go and cool off in the summertime in Sedona. And it's called Slide Rock because you can literally slide off of the rocks into the water and cool off. It's a really cool place. Okay, so also on January 21st, we have Mars in a square to Saturn. This is an energy where, remember, Mars wants to take action, whereas Saturn wants to think about something and wait and make sure all of the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, okay? So for you, Saturn is in your area of your life dealing with fun. Mars will be in the area of your life dealing with your transformation. So you want to go forward with your transformation, whereas Saturn wants to make sure, hey, is this fun for you? Will this bring you will this make you feel creative? Things like that. So you might experience something like that around this time when Mars is in a square to Saturn. Also on the 22nd, we have Venus in a conjunction to Jupiter. This is a great time where you will experience luck, money, harmony. Remember, this is a general overview. If you want to find out how it affects you specifically, I would have to look in your natal chart. But just to be able to present something to you, this is a general overview for Virgo. Okay, so that's something to look forward to. January 22nd. Remember, you can feel the energies before this day or after this day, but it should be a great time for a lot of people. Remember, luck, money, harmony. Now, on the 24th, Mercury enters Aquarius. This is a time where, let's see where it falls for you. Okay, for you, Virgo, this falls in your area of your life dealing with your health, also dealing with your daily routine. So, the energy of Mercury entering Aquarius is that it might take you, you might have to work harder to get things done. And that's because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Uranus wants surprise, Uranus wants freedom. So remember, Mercury is the great communicator. So, Mercury, when we say Mercury enters Aquarius, we are literally saying Mercury enters Uranus territory. Okay. So that's why you might have to work harder to get things done because Uranus doesn't like routine. Okay. Now, on the 25th, we have Mars in a trine to Jupiter. This is a time where a lot of people will feel more confident. And on the 31st, Saturn will be in a sextile to Neptune. And I put this one in here because the last time we had this aspect was in 1996. Okay. And the energy of this is just a coming together of your material areas of your life with your spiritual areas of your life. So think back to 1996 and try to think about anything significant that happened then, because you might be expecting that to happen at this time also. Okay, so let's look at the new moon because I have broken it down into different times. Because remember, the moon is the fastest moving planet. So on January 5th at about 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, the moon will be in a conjunction to Saturn. This is an energy where you will want to keep a lot of your feelings to yourself. By 6 o'clock, the moon is going to be sextile Neptune, and you will be sensitive to other people's moods. So if you feel like there's anybody who is in a funk around you, you might want to stay away from them because the energy of the moon sextile Neptune, you might tend to take on other people's moods. So if somebody is in a funk, you might walk around in a funk. So watch out for that. Now, by around 8:30 that evening, the moon is going to be in a conjunction to the sun. This is an energy where you might feel a burst of energy, and it's really going to be a good time for group activities. Okay. So you might want to plan to meet some friends in the evening on that day. Okay. You might want to set your new moon intentions earlier on. And then by the evening, you might want to go out, have drinks with some friends or have dinner with some friends, something like that. Okay, so that's everything I have for you this month. Also, I want to remind you to pick up my book. It's available on Amazon. This is the title 2019 Horoscope for All Signs by Astrology. Astrology is my pen name. So go out and pick that book up. I definitely appreciate it. And also, I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank you for liking this video. I thank you for sharing this video and for subscribing to the channel if you have not done so already. Remember, if you want a personal reading, you can visit my website, Metaphysical Moonlighters, and we can get that scheduled for you. So until next month, Virgo, enjoy your month.